Let's dive right in. I'm super excited to share these timeless secrets with you, secrets that have been around for centuries, yet are still incredibly relevant in 2026. You know, I remember when I first stumbled upon the concept of Stoicism, it was like a breath of fresh air, a wake-up call that made me realize I had the power to master my own mind. It's crazy to think about how much of an impact it's had on my life, and I'm hoping it can do the same for you. So, here's the thing, we all have this incredible ability to shape our own thoughts, to choose how we react to any given situation. It's not always easy, I get that, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, think about it, when was the last time you felt truly in control of your emotions, your reactions, your life? For me, it was a long time ago, before I discovered the power of Stoicism. Now, I'm not saying it's a magic pill or anything, but it's definitely been a game changer. Let's talk about one of the most important principles of Stoicism, the idea of negative visualization. It sounds pretty weird, I know, but bear with me. Basically, it's the practice of imagining yourself in a worst-case scenario, and then using that to appreciate what you have in the present moment. For example, let's say you're worried about losing your job. Instead of trying to push that thought away, you would actually lean into it, imagine yourself without a job, and then use that to appreciate the fact that you do have a job right now. It's a pretty powerful tool, and it's helped me to stay grounded and focused, even in the midst of chaos. I remember when I was going through a tough time, feeling really overwhelmed and stressed out. I was working long hours, not sleeping much, and just feeling like I was stuck in a rut. But then I started practicing negative visualization, and it completely shifted my perspective. I started to appreciate the little things, like having a roof over my head, food on the table, and a supportive family. It's funny, when you're in the midst of struggle, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly and. But by imagining myself in a worse situation, I was able to regain that perspective, and it made all the difference. Another key principle of Stoicism is the idea of living in the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, but the truth is, all we really have is the present. I mean, think about it, the future hasn't happened yet, and the past is already gone. So, when we're worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we're essentially wasting our time. By focusing on the present moment, we can tap into a sense of calm and clarity that's hard to find otherwise. For example, let's say you're on your way to work, and you're stressing out about a big meeting you have later that day. Instead of getting caught up in worries about how it's going to go, you could focus on the present moment, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the sounds around you, the sensation of the air on your skin. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I found that when I'm able to stay present, I'm more focused, more productive, and more at peace. Now, I know what you're thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually apply it to my life? That's a great question, and it's one that I've struggled with myself. For me, it's been about starting small, taking tiny steps towards living a more stoic life. It might be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before a meeting, or going for a walk outside during your lunch break. The key is to start small, and then build from there. I remember when I first started practicing Stoicism, I would set aside a few minutes each day to meditate and reflect on my thoughts and emotions. It was hard at first, my mind would wander, and I'd find myself getting distracted by all sorts of things. But over time, it got easier, and I started to notice a real shift in my perspective. I was more patient, more compassionate, and more at peace. It's not that I never got stressed or anxious, but I was better equipped to handle it when I did. Another principle of Stoicism is the idea of embracing impermanence. Everything in life is constantly changing, our circumstances, our relationships, our very selves. It's easy to get attached to things, to want to hold on to what we have, but the truth is, nothing lasts forever. By embracing impermanence, we can learn to let go of our attachments, and find a sense of freedom and peace. For example, let's say you're in a relationship, and you're worried about it ending. Instead of trying to cling to it, you could practice embracing impermanence, recognizing that everything is constantly changing, and that nothing lasts forever. It's not about being pessimistic or negative, it's about being realistic, and finding a sense of peace in the midst of uncertainty. I've found that when I'm able to let go of my attachments, I'm more able to appreciate what I have in the present moment. Now, I want to share a personal story with you, something that's had a profound impact on my life. I remember when my grandmother passed away, it was a really tough time for me, and I struggled to come to terms with the loss. But as I reflected on her life, and the lessons she had taught me, I realized that she had been a true Stoic. She had faced many challenges in her life, but she had always maintained a sense of calm and dignity. She had taught me the ance of living in the present moment, of embracing impermanence, and of cultivating inner strength. As I thought about her life, I realized that I wanted to live up to her example, to embody the same qualities of courage, resilience, and wisdom. It's not always easy, of course. There are still times when I struggle with anxiety, or feel overwhelmed by the challenges of life. But I know that I have the tools to handle it, and that gives me a sense of peace and confidence. Another key principle of Stoicism is the idea of living in accordance with nature. It's easy to get caught up in our own desires and ambitions, but the truth is, we're all part of a larger web of life. By living in accordance with nature, we can find a sense of harmony and balance that's hard to find otherwise. For example, let's say you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Instead of reaching for a cup of coffee or a sugary snack, you could take a walk outside, or practice some deep breathing exercises. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I remember when I first started practicing Stoicism, I would often go for walks in the woods, just to clear my head, and get some perspective. It was amazing how much of a difference it made. I would come back feeling calmer, more centered, and more at peace. It's not that I never got stressed or anxious, but I was better equipped to handle it when I did. And I think that's the key. It's not about avoiding challenges or difficulties, but about being able to face them with courage and resilience. Now, I want to talk about the ance of self-reflection, taking the time to examine your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but the truth is, self-reflection is essential for living a Stoic life. By taking the time to reflect on your own experiences, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself, and the world around you. For example, let's say you've had a tough day, you're feeling stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. Instead of trying to distract yourself with TV or social media, you could take some time to reflect on your experiences. What happened today? What did you learn? What would you do differently next time? It's a simple process, but it can be incredibly powerful. I found that when I take the time to reflect on my own experiences, I'm able to learn and grow in ways that I never thought possible. Another principle of Stoicism is the idea of cultivating inner strength. It's easy to get caught up in external validation, seeking approval and recognition from others. But the truth is, true strength comes from within. By cultivating inner strength, we can develop a sense of resilience and courage that's hard to find otherwise. For example, let's say you're facing a difficult challenge. Instead of seeking external validation, you could focus on cultivating inner strength. You could practice meditation, or engage in physical exercise, or simply take time to reflect on your own values and principles. I remember when I was going through a tough time, feeling really overwhelmed and stressed out. I was trying to seek external validation, looking for approval and recognition from others. But it wasn't working. I was still feeling anxious, still feeling uncertain. It wasn't until I started focusing on cultivating inner strength that things started to shift. I started to feel more confident, more resilient, and more at peace. It's not that I never struggled with anxiety or self-doubt, but I was better equipped to handle it when I did. Now, I want to talk about the ants of living with intention, being clear about your values, principles, and goals. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but the truth is, living with intention is essential for living a Stoic life. By being clear about what you want to achieve, you can focus your energy and attention, and make progress towards your goals. For example, let's say you want to start a new business. Instead of just winging it, you could take the time to clarify your values, principles, and goals. What do you want to achieve? What kind of business do you want to start? What kind of impact do you want to make? I remember when I first started my own business, I was feeling really overwhelmed, really uncertain. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was worried that I was going to fail. But then I took the time to clarify my values, principles, and goals. I started to focus on what was truly to me, making a positive impact, creating value for my customers, and living a life of purpose and meaning. It wasn't easy, of course, there were still plenty of challenges and setbacks. But I was clear about what I wanted to achieve, and that gave me the focus and motivation I needed to succeed. Another key principle of Stoicism is the idea of embracing challenges, viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. It's easy to get caught up in a negative mindset, seeing challenges as threats or obstacles. But the truth is, challenges are an essential part of life. They help us to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. By embracing challenges, we can develop a sense of resilience and courage that's hard to find otherwise. For example, let's say you're facing a difficult challenge. Instead of trying to avoid it, you could view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. You could ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this challenge to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I've found that when I'm able to view challenges as opportunities for growth, I'm more able to approach them with courage and confidence. Now, I want to talk about the ants of cultivating gratitude, focusing on what you already have, rather than what you lack. It's easy to get caught up in a sense of scarcity, feeling like you don't have enough, like you're not enough. But the truth is, gratitude is a powerful tool for living a Stoic life. By focusing on what you already have, you can cultivate a sense of appreciation, and find joy in the present moment. 4. Example, let's say you're feeling really down, really negative. Instead of focusing on what's lacking, you could focus on what you already have. You could think about the good things in your life, your health, your relationships, your abilities. You could think about the things that bring you joy, your hobbies, your passions, your interests. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I've found that when I'm able to cultivate gratitude, I'm more able to find joy and appreciation in the present moment. Another ant principle of Stoicism is the idea of living with simplicity, letting go of unnecessary desires, and focusing on what's truly ant. It's easy to get caught up in a sense of consumerism, feeling like you need the latest gadget, the latest fashion trend, or the latest status symbol. But the truth is, simplicity is a powerful tool for living a Stoic life. By letting go of unnecessary desires, you can focus on what's truly ant, your relationships, your health, your personal growth. For example, let's say you're feeling really overwhelmed, really stressed out. Instead of trying to buy your way out of it, you could focus on living with simplicity. You could let go of unnecessary desires, and focus on what's truly ant. You could think about what brings you joy, what brings you fulfillment, and what brings you a sense of purpose. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I found that when I'm able to live with simplicity, I'm more able to find peace, clarity, and direction. Now, I want to talk about the ants of cultivating compassion, treating yourself and others with kindness, empathy, and understanding. It's easy to get caught up in a sense of judgment, feeling like you're not good enough, like you're not worthy. But the truth is, compassion is a powerful tool for living a Stoic life. By treating yourself and others with kindness, empathy, and understanding, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace, and find joy in the present moment. For example, let's say you're feeling really down, really negative. Instead of beating yourself up over it, you could practice compassion. You could treat yourself with kindness, empathy, and understanding, just as you would a close friend. You could think about what you would say to a friend in a similar situation, and then offer those same words of encouragement to yourself. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it can make a huge difference. I found that when I'm able to cultivate compassion, I'm more able to find peace, clarity, and direction. As I look back on my own journey, I'm reminded of the power of Stoicism to transform our lives. It's not a magic pill, of course. It takes time, effort, and practice to develop the habits and mindset of a Stoic. But the payoff is well worth it, a sense of inner peace, clarity, and direction that's hard to find otherwise. So, I want to leave you with a challenge, to start exploring the principles of Stoicism for yourself. Take some time to reflect on your own values, principles, and goals. Think about what you want to achieve, and what kind of person you want to become. And then, take action, start making small changes in your daily life, and see where they take you. It's not going to be easy, of course. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way. But I promise you, it will be worth it. The sense of freedom, peace, and clarity that comes from living a Stoic life is like nothing else. So, go ahead, take the first step. Start exploring the principles of Stoicism for yourself, and see where they take you. I'm excited to hear about your journey, and to see the impact that Stoicism can have on your life.